Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York. After a full day of getting up outrageously early, working out outrageously hard, and then talking to an outrageous number of people in cahoots with Cinna, Maeve has finally come back to address some of her own challenges that set ahead of her. It's certainly no rite of passage, but it's still something that the little Fiona actually feels pretty strongly about succeeding at. So she has returned to the training grounds and begun not a run of the obstacle course, but just an idle walk along the whole length of it, studying the various obstacles, the climbing wall, obviously, but then the row of tires that have to be trod through, bars that have to be crawled beneath, a point where the stream cuts across that can be vaulted or climbed down and up out of the ravine, various obstacles of that sort. And she'll take pause at each, well, except for the climbing wall. That answer's already been given, but she'll be taking pause at each and running through her various brothers and sisters in her mind, considering their skill sets versus the obstacles themselves. And all in all, just periodically taking a short walk, pausing, looking deeply thoughtful, walking to the next, and so on and so forth. You guys really gonna make me monologue forever? To see how it is?
Yes.
So she'll come to the point of the climbing ropes and pause beneath, peering up the veritable web of ropes at the bottom that crisscross in such a way that one can either clamber up readily with a mind to not getting stuck, or can end up tumbling through if they rely on the wrong rope at the wrong time without something braced behind it. And of course there's afterwards some ropes above to be clambered across. This particular answer seems easy enough, and it only takes brief consideration, some thought to Lucas's various skill sets, before she gives kind of a firm nod, looking somewhat more resolute, and starting to tromp along to the next.
As Maeve moves from one obstacle to another, she'll see Talia approaching the obstacle courses from probably the direction of the cub cabins. So Maeve, I guess you came and had another think about it then.
Oh yeah. I mean, some of them, it's harder to consider how a person could help in the first place, much less who would be most adept to do so. Well, the ropes at least are an easy one. Just kind of jerk a thumb over her shoulder.
So what did you think of for them? What did you see was, I guess, why did you find the ropes a problem, and who would you want to help you?
Well, it depends on whether you are a fixture at the wall, or whether I could sub that out to someone like Nicholas or Chino, at which point it's neither you or Lucas for the ropes.
There was no fixed things. It was merely just... It was the idea that... I suppose it wasn't a very fully formed idea at the time. It was a bit on the fly, but the idea was different obstacles present different problems for different people, and if you're assessing the cubs and trying to direct them, you want to think about what everyone's strength is and who could help me most in what situation, I guess.
Oh no, I understand the lesson tied to it, but I still wanted to meet the actual spoken challenge too. So,
Okay.
I mean, some are weird. Like there's the running through the tires bit, where I don't imagine there's much help to be had, unless it's just a case of having someone run alongside so that you can go faster, and if you stumble, keep held aloft. But it's been an interesting exercise.
I'm glad you thought so. I know you were finding some of the leadership things difficult. I don't profess to be much of a leader myself, but various exercises had been proposed to either myself when we at like camp things. So I figured, what the hell, maybe it would help you. I
Well,
mean, I know corporate groups or whatever run their courses together, and the whole supposed to be some kind of team building exercise.
oh yeah, I've heard of stuff like that. And I mean, at that point, you have the whole group help you at each point, usually, instead of one at each place. But I figured it was an interesting idea to figure that you have this series of obstacles, whether they're like a literal course or whatever have you, and the idea that you have only so many people to go around and have to put each to where they can do the most good without sacrificing them from something else that they could do better. It's
Exactly.
it's a pretty neat idea. I mean, I don't feel like I have much issue understanding what most of us are capable of and how most of us can best work.
Then maybe change it for a moment. So far you've been thinking, assuming that you're running the course. What if someone else was running it? What if where would you help someone else then? Where would you put yourself as the best assistant?
Hmm, she'll kind of glance back over her shoulder down the length of the various obstacles, turn and look ahead of her again. Well, at least in this case, when it's something physical like this, it's I don't have a specialty to apply, so probably something like the tires, where all it takes is a guiding hand and someone to assist in your balance, and requires less finesse, as opposed to something like hauling someone over a wall or guiding them across ropes or what have you. So probably in balancing the person as opposed to trying to heave them or do something sneaky.
And I suppose if you feel that, so you feel your best place is catching someone in case they fall.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm better at providing
Just
that balance or assistance at a key point than doing something more overt.
I if that's where you feel your strength is, I'm not going to discount you. But just remember, whilst your strength is not maybe Chino's or mine or Nicholas's, remember you still have it. And a small amount of strength at a key point could be and applied in the right place, in a direct point, is probably almost as useful sometimes. I mean, if you take the wall, if you put Nicholas at the bottom of it and he gets very enthusiastic and chucks someone too high, surely that is almost, and they have to catch themselves and rebalance themselves and spend a long time scrabbling at the top. That is almost as impeding as if they maybe didn't have him there in the first place.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, because then you have a risk of injury rather than a risk of just taking a bit more time. No, I understand that, and at any given point, if I had to stay on any particular obstacle, I still think that I could help rather than harm. But when it comes to things where someone like you or Lucas is more adept, there's no point to me being in the ropes when one of you is here. There's no point to me being at the wall if Chino's here or you're here.
I'm not saying there's not a point. I'm not saying that you haven't necessarily chosen the best people for those things. I'm just saying that you're always speaking yourself down, and just remember that as a Garu, you still have those strengths. You still have those things, and while someone might not be, as you said, the most optimum at that point, sometimes you might not to forget they can still do those things, and that you can still do them, and to not be afraid to tap that strength when you need to.
Hmm. No, I get you. I'm I don't know. I think I've fallen so hard into the idea of the role that I'm supposed to play. I like the idea of just being the mystic, but if it came down to it, you're right. I shouldn't be hesitating to offer strength when it's needed just because someone else might be better at it when I'm right at hand. Or whatever skill set applies to whatever situation, but
I mean, as you say, if I'm not saying that you should jump in front of something and hit something and be putting yourself on the front line if you should be directing, but to but I think maybe it goes for all of us. I've recently been reminded that whilst I also perhaps hitting and as you say hitting things and strength are my fortes or what people will look to me for, that they are not the only things that I can also do. I'm I do not profess that I'd be very good at some of the other things that you would do, but I guess it's just, yeah. I think we have to all have to be aware we might have to step up at some points and try things.
oh yeah.
But
About this time, did you notice a figure at the opposite end of the obstacle course? Looks very, very much like a Lucas, with his red hunting cap on.
Yeah, usually about time you see the cap, yeah. That's Lucas. So she'll keep walking and talking, though she'll loft an arm to kind of wave idly.
Lucas is going to go ahead and speed up so that he joins the group.
Hey!
Sup.
Wandering around the training grounds in the middle of the night, too?
No. Well, yeah, but not the entire night. I was down south, actually.
Wait, what?
Down at this other end of the sub lady.
Oh.
Yeah, took a quick ride on the carousel, actually.
And she kind of cracks just not like the huge smile that so many people have been using. It's just a kind of a pleasant grin.
You know, we kind of forgot about that. Now with the police presence like all gone and there being like no curfew, the thing is actually in operation. It's usually just the kin this time of night.
Ooh. Huh. That's not a bad thought. We do need to go back there. It was fun. They still have the ring.
You do. You could go back and replace it. Get yourself a ticket.
It's a fun thought.
It's not just a thought. I mean, if you keep it a thought, it'd never be a reality. And Lucas goes ahead and stops midway through your particular gaunt and starts to change direction right in front of you.
Yeah, we'll
he
glance over
seems
to Leia.
pretty fixated on the carousel.
We went
But then again,
after
he does seem to have a fixation for the multicolored horses.
Yeah.
Lucas now walking backwards, yelling back at the two, "I'm not going alone!"
Maeve's lofting her brows. Does Talia look like she intends on budging in the least?
Like, what? Ooh, I might actually. Nope. She, like, why the carousel? What? She looks at you somewhat bemused and like, is this something we should be doing? Why?
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just back when there were all those cops around and Lucas and I were running all over the sept, getting away with all sorts of stuff. We we went and kind of, sort of, broke into the carousel and rode it.
Um, okay. I mean, we can go there. Do you feel you're done here? Do you feel you're happy with it? I mean, I'm happy to stay here and help you with stuff if you want more.
I mean, it's something I've been walking through and thinking about every time I come. I mean, you're welcome to come along, or you can go off and do whatever you need to do.
I'll at least walk with you towards the carousels.
And she'll nod faintly, and they'll probably been following him at like a mild stroll, whereas he's probably trying to quickly back and urge them on.
I'm sorry. Apparently somebody is messaging me and distracting me from the scene. Go ahead and replete that again.
Oh, they're finally kind of strolling idly after him while he's
Would
backing up and
would dear Talia and Maeve please make a perception alertness check to check something about Lucas? Make this a diff 5, actually. Okay, so we've got Maeve with...
I think we both got 3.
I
Both
think we
got
got
three.
3.
Then you pretty much notice this pretty quick. As you're following along, something's odd about Lucas. You can't put your finger on it for a second. But wasn't he wearing his hat a minute ago?
Lucas never
He's
goes
not
anywhere
holding-
without that hat.
Yeah. So she'll kind of pause her walk for a second, just stop and blink. And then kind of glance around the ground between her and him and off to either side, and finally just kind of call out, Lucas, what the hell did you do with your hat?
What are you talking about?
Well,
At your head.
yeah, the red monstrosity is no longer on your head, dude.
Lucas goes ahead and pats his head and says, there's a brief second there, and he goes ahead and recovers. Oh, what are you talking about? I didn't take my hat out today. Lying through my teeth.
Quirking a brow.
Oh, you can make
Um,
that check if you want to, but they saw you with it earlier. That's harder.
But you never go anywhere without your hat. I swear it's like surgically attached to you or something.
Yeah, I can say with 2 successes. That's not necessarily enough. I'd probably need like 3 or 4 to make that pass. Lucas goes ahead and pats his head again.
But he's playing it like a boss.
Yeah, he's
Not
trying to
you're
play it off.
buying it, but
I'm definitely playing it like a boss.
there's
I
like a
just
moment
cannot-
of doubt, and her brow knits. And she'll kind of look at Talia and be like, yeah, he was wearing it a second ago, right?
I mean, I could have sworn it was, but he's wearing it like all the time, so maybe we just. I mean, I'm sure he was, but is that just because we're so used to seeing him with the hat?
I could have sworn I saw the red.
I mean, it's pretty.
That's how you
fucking
identify
ugly.
him at a distance.
Yeah.
Feel free to make a check on this as well to notice if you see where it's come from, because Talia just had the hat pop on her head. Landed there almost perfect. It's a little wet.
She's
Oh
gonna
boy.
look up startled at the soggy thing on her head and look around, but she only gets 1 success this time.
Definitely looking around.
Yeah. Didn't see what direction it came from. It was kind of all of a sudden.
Well, all things considered, and how things go missing and whatnot, Maeve is going to pause and take herself a little second, and she's going to do a thing.
Primal urge check?
Yes, she is, but first, she is going, as soon as I get into this folder,
Oh. 1 success on the primal urge. Link?
to do this.
I don't have anything active. So with a 10, I'll say that you can definitely feel at least 3 other kind of gnosis-bearing presences around you. You know, feel of Gar, you can feel 3.
Ah,
All right.
fantastic. Lucius goes ahead and points at Talia. Oh, that's where it ended up. And offers a hand.
What is it?
She will-
Perception primal urge.
Perception primal urge.
So she's gonna stick her nose to the ground and start kind of waffling.
Okay.
And hell yeah, with that negative difficulty.
That's a good damn roll. I'll give you enough to know that you recognize the kind of presence that's around you, meaning you definitely recognize the feel of what gifts are in effect, if you know what they are, mind you, if you know they were in effect. Spirit heritage, you know, obviously feel a little different. You can feel the presence of the gauntlet. And you feel a little creepy, but other than that, you can identify basically 3 other Garu in your direct vicinity, like within, I'd say, 10 meters.
Can she general direction?
With 5 successes, I'm going to say kind of kitty corner to you guys and Lucas, back towards the obstacle course.
Oh yeah, we're investigating.
Okay.
Maeve
We'll
can-
snuffle around and then flag her tail. Glance up at the other 2.
Apparently we're following her.
Yeah, she'll if she looks like she has spotted something. But Talia will thrust the soggy hat back at Lucas and then look at Maeve.
Gonna smell the hat.
Smelling the hat. Good man. Well, it's just in general, it's your kind of smells. In general.
Well,
Do
now
you
that-
make a check?
Yeah. Hold on a second. Let me look at the moon. Gain that point of rage. Shift into lupus really damn quickly.
Sure.
Damn, the hat's dedicated, isn't it?
A little bit.
All right. So 3 successes. Well, it
Maeve's
smells.
got you a direction.
The closest thing it smells like at the moment is you might detect a faint whiff of squirrel on it. Maybe
Interesting.
just a little. And other than that, it smells like you.
It's like wonderful.
Ooh, 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 me too. Try. What is it, perception survival or primal urge again?
I used alertness.
You can do survival if you'd like, but alertness will work just fine.
I have more points in survival.
That may give you a specific kind of thing, depending. Let's see.
I got 3 as well. But I've
3
already got a
successes.
direction to start in, so...
Yep. You pretty much get the same kind of thing. Kind of smells like, not wild game, because that'd be kind of bigger, but maybe, you know, critters. Maybe. And Lucas. Smells a lot like Lucas. Whole lot like Lucas.
Lucas is a good smell.
Yes.
If everyone's sniffing the hat, Talia will give it a quick whiff, but
Okay.
she's pulled herself aback a bit from it, and yeah.
You can't make stuff out. You're still getting used to that wolf sniffer.
Well, besides, like, she goes and sticks her nose in, and it's like, oh, sweat. Jesus. Lucas, when's the last time you washed this?
You can smell that, and you smell the wafting smell of hot dogs in the air.
Yep, I'm trotting in that direction I got a moment ago, and gonna continue woofing for that squirrely smell.
Sure. Collectively, if you guys would like to make this roll, whoever has the highest roll will gain the benefits if people are aiding them.
I guess I will go ahead and aid her. I presume perception survival.
Perception survival works incredibly well for this. You can still make the check without survival, but you are at +1 difficulty. This is as per standard diff normally.
Alright.
Okay.
I have 6 to this roll. I believe Maeve has about...
I have 7.
Yeah, I would have 6 as well.
Let's let the 2 6s help the 7s. For every success that you get, you give her an additional die. And don't forget to add in your supporter merits if you have them.
I do not.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna spend a willpower since I don't want to botch.
Mm-hmm.
And it was I said 6, 5, and
And what's your perception specialty?
I don't have a perception specialty
Yet.
yet.
Okay. Well, that's 4 dice getting added to Maeve, and that
5 because I spent the
is
willpower.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Is that 9? Or is that...
Jesus. Yeah, that's 9 total.
Oh,
Or no, that's the
no.
one.
No,
That's 8
that's the
total.
one, yeah, so it's 8. Sorry, there's 3
Alright, so
there.
you're rolling 15 dice.
It keeps
You
getting...
need
Heck
to
yeah.
get 6 successes. I think you might have it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Alright.
then the -2 difficulty for being in lupus.
Mm-hmm.
Outrageous.
Oh, yeah.
Outrageous.
It's completely fine. Now, here's the thing. You're not finding him immediately, but you're going to find one of the places he was most recently. Definitely. Next round, I'm doing an opposed. We'll keep that same die pool. All right, so
Okay.
you found one of the places he was. You should go over and you see some paw prints that are underneath where one of the obstacles was. It's kind of big, like maybe hippo-sized. It's a little big for being out here and about. And then they kind of don't go anywhere, but you still get a good whiff of something, but you're not sure exactly what it is. So let's just see if you can find him with this next roll. Because you can get the smell on the wind still. You're keeping the same dice pool.
Okay, what is the obstacle he was hiding under?
I'm trying to remember all that there was there.
There's things. There's like an actual, like, essentially a kiddie play fort type thing that's a bunch of platforms. There's bars to crawl under. There's hurdles. There's a climbing wall.
It's probably under the
There's the
hurdles.
tires. All right, so looking up isn't necessarily going to aid her at the moment.
Nope.
Oh, very well.
Alright, you need to beat that mini.
Jesus Christ.
It's possible.
Great White Mouse gives bonuses to stealth, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Does.
It's comparable
I think
dice
I used
pool,
up my
but
good one. 3,
Shit.
4, 5.
You hit enough
Negative,
hard, man.
difficulty, so yeah.
Yep. Do you get him?
Yep, I got 9.
You got 9, and I have 8. Congratulations, you're going to find him. Let me
Woot!
take the cinema away. As you re-go over the hurdles and proceed to sniff through each of the tires, you're going to make kind of a wide kind of walk around it again, and you can see, once you get to it, balanced on top of the kind of kiddie fort thing there is, you see a pair of eyes staring at you. And you've seen this kind of look before, as this person shifts into Hamid form and starts clapping.
Yep, Maeve for her part is feeling pretty proud of them. She's got her tail flagged hella high.
Good job, Cubs. Good job. Hey, Lucas, I need you to make me a willpower check.
4? Okay.
Remember the last time you saw him?
Okay, fair enough.
This is at difficulty 5, though. You've had time to cope.
Fair enough. I always hate it when I get a 1 in these checks, but 1, 2, 3.
Good job. You're fine. You are not scared of him at the moment.
Yay!
And you also...
Just to be playful, Maeve is going to kind of start nosing the other two in either direction to fan out.
Okay.
With a completely playful expression and posture going on.
Okay.
And then, like, do the little creep skulk.
Mm-hmm. Good job. He's just going to wait for you guys to kind of sit, because he's still looking at you, and he knows about how close you are.
Yeah. Gonna go ahead and get those to the ground. Gonna go ahead and not be in a pouncing posture. Gonna go ahead and make sure my tail's low.
Well, she'll skulk closer, but she will finally flap over, at least for a moment, to see Well, she'll look to see if he's going to let her up quickly.
He's going to jump off the top of the thing and proceed to hit breed form right as he hits the ground. Kind of showing off a little bit. He does this kind of like little flip in the air. Proceeds to go over to each of you, making sure if you're not on your backs, he's going to growl at you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, no.
Bleh.
He'll simply put his mouth over each of your throats, kind of making a point, and then nudge you all to get up.
Scuffle, scuffle.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Talia's leapt up as soon as she gets a chance.
Good job, Cubs. Used good bit of sneakiness like Coyote I did. No gifts, but no need yet. But good. Good, good. Why you lose hat, Lucas?
The wind must have took it, Raya.
Maybe use one those silly weaver things attached to chin.
Tie it to head?
Tie. Tie, yes, tie.
It come with tie.
Why no use? Seems silly.
Maybe next time I do use it, so the wind does not catch it.
You must be careful. Wind can take things much bigger than hat.
What kind of things?
Like pups.
Er?
Wind can take pups. Wind can take fetish, if not careful.
Have to be a pretty strong wind, Raya.
Have you seen Wind of Wendigo? Wind of Wendigo pick up many things.
She'll shake her muzzle.
Wind of Twister, many things. Hear of Moving Pitcher that has big move wind. What they call when wind move in circle.
Twister, tornado, cyclone.
It's been. You ever been thrown by one?
Head shake.
No.
Old packmate's father get thrown by one, lose leg, not grow back. Must be careful what wind can do, for what you think wind is, never know what can take. Maybe be better at seeing, or listening, or feeling. Understand?
Be more aware of the weather. Is that what you're advising us, dear Raya?
He's gonna clack his jaws at you.
Yep, broker.
We understand, Raya. Be more aware of our surroundings.
He chuffs at you. Just because you on home turf does not mean things cannot come.
You told us that the first time I met you.
And you learning because you track down thing that took, but still not prevent. But you learning. You getting there. Lucas need get there sooner. He should be eyes for pack he goes into. Ragabash are eyes. Nose, ears. You know what my den father would have done if I not find?
Shakes head.
Want me show?
Shakes head more
And he
vigorously.
grins.
Rolls over just to be dramatic. Just bleh.
Lucas, come
Is
in
this-
front of me. Will not hurt, really.
Lucas is going to go ahead and present himself to Laughing Shadow.
He proceeds to put his entire ear in his mouth and puts his canines at the base of it and makes a motion very gently as if he was ripping it off. What good ears are, if no listen? And he points to some faints. He kind of motions at his head, and if you pay attention, you can see some faint scars.
Paws thankfully at her ears.
I tell you, little Snow White, that what Chino call, yes?
Yes, Raya.
The snow hurt when land on wound. Sometimes not need deal lot of pain. Sometimes little pain enough to drive over edge. Sometimes little pain, all that needed to finish off great beast, make it give up. You have Arun do a lot of pain at once. Arun job be warrior, fighter, and, in some tribe, leader in battle.
And she'll go about scuffling back to her feet from her dramatic flop.
We all warrior. Arun just best warrior. Ragabesh best silent, stalk. The urge best at other things. Does not mean cannot be good at though.
I'm getting better, Raya. I've been practicing hard.
Have you?
She bobs her muzzle.
Let me feel. And he proceeds to bare his side to you.
She kind of winces because at this point it's not something she can just outright refuse because it's established as just a weird Garu thing, but it's obvious that she's not overeager to just go over and try to rip a hunk out of someone. And she'll probably angle herself just a little further from his muzzle because she doesn't believe for a second that he won't whirl around and bite her when she goes for it.
Okay.
So she's keeping a weather eye on him.
Uh-huh.
And how tense he is, how prepared he is to whirl around on her.
Let's see how he does appear. Okay? He does not appear relaxed at all.
Well, he didn't specifically instruct, so when she goes for this, she's actually going to go for his tail, not his side, to keep further away from his muzzle.
Okay.
Still not the biggest dice pool. Oh, wait. Modifiers.
Maeve,
And
you've
then-
been training trust your strengths.
And then bite is...
Bites
What, a
at
negative
difficulty 4.
Oh, thank God. That's a pretty good bite.
Roll the damage now. Remember, that's 5 plus your strength currently.
Does bite do anything else than that? It's just bite plus the rollover?
I think it's plus
Strength
1.
plus 1.
Yeah.
Strength plus 1.
So you're going to have strength plus 6 total.
Jesus.
Don't worry.
This can't possibly end in tears.
It can only do
Not with
about
those
9 levels of
ones.
damage. Yep.
So, not a very hard bite. But a very well-aimed, very efficient bite. So she'll, lunge in and, instead of going straight for his side, go for the tail and just snap on it.
You snap on it, and you can't break through the
Wait,
fur
why are you
layers.
soaking? This is your breed. No. This is your breed form.
I can still soak in
Can
it.
you
You
can't
can soak ag in your...
Oh, shoot, that is Agnes. Nope, I'm not soaking. Don't worry.
There you
I'm like,
go. I thought that was weird.
sorry.
So
Yeah.
she gives it a quick snap, and then, unless he's going to do something horrible to her, is going to continue scooting past to get out of range. tail tucked a
Uh,
bit.
I will make a retaliatory just snap at the side at a higher difficulty. I'll say difficulty 8 even in this form. I'm gonna be nice. Let's see, that's only 8 dice. That's 2 successes, so 1, 2, and it's gonna be a total of 6, I believe. Nope, 7. Oh my. Good thing he was not straight up biting you.
You need to soak now.
Yeah, I
Because
do.
this is
I
not
really
your
need to
free
do
form.
that.
You definitely need to soak. Okay,
So I still
so
take 3.
yeah,
Holy
you
crap.
take 3 levels of bashing.
No,
He's literally, he's not pulling, he's just ramming you basically. He's like swiping at you with paw.
yeah, mostly because she kind of half expected it and got excited about it. She gives like a yip, not of pain, but just kind of gives a yip and skips on past him.
Good. Now, heal.
I mean, if she stands there long enough, doesn't she heal?
No, he's telling, heal me. It job is the urge. Heal pack, heal sept. I'm letting you
Thus.
practice.
Hmm.
She does tend to carry at least one guy's breath with her, so
Do you have gift?
she shakes her muzzle.
You gonna need learn once you get clear. But
The
heal.
moment I can. I tried to learn it earlier, and yeah, I can't yet. As soon as I
No.
can, though.
Okay, so do job. Worst case, I heal with 2 moonrise. Worst case.
Couldn't you take your larger form and heal more quickly?
I'll rest and heal, but you don't heal damage from another wolf like this that quick. It'd
She'll
take
kind
2
of,
days. 2, 3 days.
hmm, she'll kind of nose around and try to catch the little gourd hanging around her neck and her teeth, and nose it out, an offering.
He's waiting for you, because he's
You
not moving. This is his thing not to show that he's hurting.
Well,
Okay.
she's essentially just making sure he's not going to be like, fuck no!
No.
Yep.
He's just waiting.
And is there a roll? Because I have...
It's Gnosis to activate a fetish or a Talon, or you can just spend
Yep.
Gnosis.
I'll just nose up, crack it in her teeth, and spend a point of gnosis.
And then it heals 4 levels, and he is healed up.
Yay.
Good.
Spit out shards of gourd. Tap, tap, tap.
Good. It's always good to heal another. The spirits enjoy. Good. Cubs, you have questions. Ask them. I got to do what I have to do.
I'm just going to pop down on her flanks and kind of glance at the other two.
You always seem to pop up on us unawares, so I'm not sure what questions I have for you.
No, need not have questions for me specific. If you have question, ask. I might tell. You still new to Garu life, Talia Cub. Lucas was knowing kin.
That is That is true.
Maeve, you're not too far away. So Talia won't have best questions, I think.
I do have one question for you
Yes.
that I can think of right now.
Yeah.
I'm not there yet, but I know Lucas and Maeve, they say will soon not be cubs. They say that they will soon do their rite of passage and will look to possibly join a pack. How would you, and people are talking about cubs joining different packs at some point when they become clears, how would you choose a pack for yourself?
You not asking question like Wolf would. You asking, and I actually need to make a check for this. Because this is something he might not understand. Wait, no, he might, hold on. Okay. Oh, he does, okay. You not asking if I am joining pack and what I choose. You asking what I need to think about, yes?
Yes. There's
Oh,
in this set there is more than one pack. It was what would a pack look for in a Garu and what would a Garu look for in their pack?
here, quick way to answer. Think in Hamid brain. What wolf do natural. You know who trust. You know who always there. You know who useful, and you know who not steal food, mate, territory. These people, these wolves, these Garu, that is your pack. Sometimes you join, sometimes you start, but always trust your pack. Laughing Shadow have no pack. By choice.
Does this mean you trust no one?
He grins. Do you know why I here?
We don't know your story, right?
Many turns of Luna's face. There was great killing at Sept. Sept Alpha die. Many kin die. Veil broken. Broken by rogue pack of red talons who go crazy. Lose themselves to the madness of fighting the worm and the madness the weaver bring to the wild. They think this Sept lost. And kill. And kill. And kill. My Sept send me here as sign of what word used by higher up? Making a check. Inter-tribe kinship. Show support. I've been here since. I give help since. I watch. And I tell mother what I see. Duty mine. And I make sure Hamid stay worthy. Tonight,
Perk up.
tonight, all three prove worthy. Again, for now. Do not
Worth,
disappoint.
worthy of what?
You can feel free to make a perception empathy check on him. But he is not saying shit.
She's generally interested, so she'll try, but she's not so good at this. But apparently today the small dice pools
You've
are what are
also got
helping
a
me.
-2 difficulty, so it's difficulty 4.
Yep, so you have 4 successes for Talia.
If you extended it lower than the 3, that's all successes.
You can't go
Because
lower
of
than
the
3.
insightful merit. So, fair enough, my good sir.
Okay.
Everyone beat it with me.
Alright, so with a 3 successes, you know that he's watching for something. He's definitely watching for something. Maybe good, maybe bad. Hard to say at this point. But you know he's been watching everyone. With 4 successes, you know that he has made damn sure he is who he's paid special attention to and who he's been paying attention to you guys a lot for some reason. With all those successes, Austin, you can tell of the 3 of you he's glancing at, he keeps taking special attention at you.
Wonderful.
And you know he's out, he's looking for something specific. But outwardly, if you're just looking at him, he just kind of appears bored.
Is it to make sure that we listen to our wolf heart? Head tilt?
Wolfheart always there. But sometimes Hamid's not listened well enough. You know when you closest to Wolfheart? When starving, when mating, when hunting, when
Running?
singing, when running, when doing things without thought. Thought is tool of weaver and not needed to be peace. Look at what Cinnamon had trouble when she first changed. That was not Wolfheart being sad or angry or fearful. That was Hamid mind. What happened when she gave in to Wolfheart? Start becoming at peace. Mother, give her this. We are Hamid and Wolf. But the Hamid side, if you listen too much, will make you weak. Must learn to use what strength of Hamid there is. Sometimes very little, sometimes none. And use it to best way. Why you think I learned to talk like Hamid? Sometimes Hamids have useful things. Sometimes. Got too big for what things wear on legs.
Pants. Well,
Too
britches.
too big for britches, that word, that saying, yes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Needs downsized. Much as might not like, sometimes Hamids have to go to keep mother alive. But many Hamids are okay for now. Young ones. Some really old. Katori and Kachina's people, mostly okay. but some deserve be dragged and pulled entire way of ocean face.
Um,
That's why I watch. I know Philodox, but I will not let people have to tolerate sickness, and losing oneself to Hamid that much is sickness. You still
Raya, may I ask
cubs.
you? Sorry.
You still cubs. Can no say much. Cleath even make a lot of mistakes. Once you get where Laughing Shadow is, no more mistakes. No more relying on Hamid brain. Have to use both, or better just Wolfheart. Ask Kotori. Kotori no. Chicken shit. Think with Hamid mind. All Hamid mind.
A bit of disgust goes across Lucas's face that he goes ahead and slams into the dirt every few seconds.
All lies. All Weaver tools. All thinking of self and not pack, not of sept. You see what happened. Garrett and Mikhail still paying for. Will always pay for.
the weakness
Oh,
of one is not the weakness of all.
no, this true. But you know how to stay strong, yes? If weak cannot be made strong, weak must be cut.
The chain is only as strong as its weakest link.
Kind of looks for a second, and eventually nods.
Surely if they're not strong enough, they will be eventually removed anyway.
It
That
is
part of litany.
Raya,
Speak.
I have been searching too hard for Hamid answers, so I will ask you. It seems that in a lupus pack, the alpha leads through strength and intimidation. Are there those who lead their packs that are alphas without this?
He kind of looks at you quizzitively. Alpha should be strongest. Strongest face. Strongest heart. Strongest will. It job of Alpha that even if scared not show fear, so pack not get scared. Sometimes this make pack scared of Alpha, more scared of what they are fighting or finding.
Ah,
But
just answer.
if strong enough, fear not needed.
She'll bop her muzzle and just kind of sit back and mentally chew on that.
And with that, he's just gonna kind of sneeze and wipe his nose. I going go watch. Must make sure people on patrol. Had one person slack. No slack no more. No sleep. Laughing Shadow, no sleep.
If you don't sleep, how can you be alert?
He just grins at you. I always asleep. You can try to interpret that, but good luck.
I
was trying to figure out what
she's
the
got
hell.
to the point where she decides he makes a lot of sense sometimes, but he probably only makes sense sort of 60% of the time.
But unless you guys are stopping him, he is going to go back and he is going to go back to the top of the kind of kiddie pool area, and he's going to cross over the gauntlet.
Cool.
No.
Yeah, definitely not stopping him.
Nope.
Lucas goes ahead and starts to turn around and bop the red hunting cap that's probably still moist back on his head. So, carousel.
Well, real quick before we run off. Hey, Talia.
Yeah.
I can't remember if we've said it yet, but in case it's not obvious, once we are adults, once we're Cleith, Lucas and I are going to be Pack. And I'm sure others have asked you, but you know we have a space for you if you want it.
As Laughing Shadow just said, I came into this place unknowing. I feel it. Please don't take this the wrong way. At the moment, I am unsure as to what I am doing. I am trying to find as many answers, and I have asked many people what they would choose and how they would do it. I understand that Pack is very important. You guys have been good to me, but I want to make sure that I am where I fit and where I can be most useful, and
Lucas,
that maybe with you guys right now, as I say, I'm not. You guys are coming up to your rites of passage. I am not there yet. Maybe I will have better answers by the time I'm there.
She pops her muzzle.
Lucas goes ahead and turns his happy ass around, walks back to the two female lupuses, and they say, Talia, you will trust who you want to trust. You will make your own path, and if it's with us, that is fantastic. If it is not, then I wish you all the well wishes and hope to have a wonderful working relationship in whatever pack you go ahead and join, or if you join a new pack. All I want tonight is to go on a carousel, and I invite you to go ahead and enjoy the magical music and sounds and to play pretend on a horsey.
Maeve, Lucas, I'm sure you and Maeve will be an awesome pack in your own way. If it turns out when I get to that point, I'm in a place where I'm what fits with you, then that is great. If I'm not, as you say, I won't hold anything against you or anything. But I'm turning to Maeve. I really think he wants to go on this carousel. We should maybe leave the deep and meaningful alone for a little while and let's indulge him.
You have plenty of time to think about it. You have plenty of time to learn. I just wanted you to know that you are welcome. Whether or not you choose to join us is up to you.
The wolf does not dwell on the past, and the wolf does not worry about the future. The wolf merely enjoys the present. And right now, you're with us, and I wish to go ahead and enjoy my night with my two sisters in Gaia.
You know we're going to have to shift before we get to the carousel, right?
Oh, absolutely. Lucas goes ahead and takes a moment. Actually, doesn't even take a moment. Takes a fucking instant.
Pops
just
over.
Back into read form.
And Maeve will pop back across and woo, zoomed in like whoa. And we'll begin to follow.
So, I've been on a carousel before, my good ma'ams. Well, I know you have, Maeve. Did you, Delia?
Not since I was really small. I think we went to a fair once. Yeah, but God, I must have been like 6. Maybe it was just after we got here. My sister loved the things. I mean, but I guess she was too old later.
That's a sad thing. You should never be too old for a carousel.
Yep.
Well, one of the worst things you could do is to go ahead and be too old for a carousel. Because once you're too old for a carousel, you start thinking about a carousel in the past tense. And when you start thinking, you start talking about it in the past tense. And let me go ahead and tell you this much. When you start talking about people, that's when you start missing them.
Dave's gonna quirk a brow and nudge him along.
Is being nudged along?
Yep. To the carousel!
So tell you,
Lucas?
had a chance to reconnect with your old people?
By old people you mean family?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, when I first got here, I spoke to my sister, but I haven't spoken to her for a while, actually. It was just before Christmas. I told her I was going out of town for a bit. If I have to speak to my mom, I tend to do it through her. We don't get on so well. But she won't. I mean, I suppose I should get in contact with her soon. It's been like nearly 6 weeks. She's used to me dropping off for a little while, but she gets antsy if it's too long.
I encourage you to grab one of the Rayas. You've been here for enough time to understand the ins and outs, and they might see more supervision being less of a concern.
I mean, I can go see them, but I'm sure a phone call would suffice.
You can definitely have a phone conversation with them if that's what you choose, if you don't want to be present with them, or if you think that a phone call is enough connection with them.
It's more that if a phone call I can choose to end at some point. You know,
Mhm.
I
You
love my
start
sister,
snickering.
but she has all the questions and all the demands and all the expectations. She, like the aforementioned being too grown up for a carousel, she's got very fixed ideas about what she should be achieving in life and how her and everyone else should be living it. And
Ah,
that's all very well for her, but you know, it's not really the path I'm walking.
gotta make your own path. Pretty soon you will be an adult, and there will be no. Well, I can't say there won't be an adult here and there to go ahead and advise you, but once you stop being a kid, you gotta put away childish things. Not because, well, actually, that particular metaphor got away from me. In any case, the
Your
decisions when
words
you
got away from you? Really?
my words got away from me. I mean, let me say this: when you're an adult, your decisions are your own. But that does not mean that you should stop enjoying the things that you love.
My decisions have been my own for a while. I mean, coming back here, there's more structure and hierarchy and all these things. And as you say, becoming a cub, slightly childlike again, but my decisions have been my own for a while. They may have more impact on other people now that I have to recognize, but they are still my own.
I can definitely say that you have adjusted well to this life.
I suppose unlike some people, I wasn't so settled in my previous one. I wasn't so happy. There's not everything I love about this, but if I'm not someone who's going to sit around and wait and cry and weep. If I'm going to do something, if there's something positive I can do here, so move forward, do it. And you guys want me to use the skills I'm actually good at.
Ah, wonderful.
I mean, what do you? I know you were knowing and all, but don't you have to see your families and do stuff sometimes?
My family is 1,000 miles away and 6 foot deep. I mean, he just sort of moves on.
Sorry.
I actually haven't seen my folks since I came here, but I know they know where I am.
Lucas
Oh,
stops
Lucas
for a
hasn't told
second.
them.
Okay. he's like 10 feet away from you when he stops after he's like quickly moves on and just says, okay, that's a lie. I have my brother and my niece about 2 blocks away. That's my family.
Hey, family doesn't have to be parents.
I love and I cherish the both of them. And that is enough for me.
Then it's enough for anyone. I think you're getting sidetracked from your carousel, though.
Yes, yes I am.
So shall we call it at the lot of them heading to the carousel, or would you guys like to talk further?
Hey, let's ride this thing.
Let's ride this thing. Let's see how far we go.
All right. Well, in that case, I guess we continue.
The carousel, it's bright, it is colorful, it currently has a lot of music playing. There is not a lot of people around, and the one or two you recognize are certainly, well, one of them seems to be the Shadow Lord kinfolk that's always around the chessboards, at least.
At the carousel. Oh my.
Well, he operates the carousel, of course.
So, Lucas, if this seems to be a favorite haunt of yours, which is your favorite mount?
Goes ahead and points to the white one.
Of course it is.
There's no unicorn attached to it, unfortunately.
And you haven't adapted it yet?
I don't feel the need to. Not yet. Sorry to snap at you back there.
Don't worry. We've all got our things.
Lucas goes ahead and pays the Shadow Lorkin about $10. Well, not $10, that's way too much. $5 because they always jack out the prices in tourist attractions here. And he'll step on the platform and go ahead and walk towards the white one.
What are you saying? It's 5 apiece?
Oh no, he paid for the lot of you.
Okay, sweet.
Okay.
Well then, alrighty. And Maeve, as she's walking up, will glance over to Talia. Make sure you're sitting on the outside edge. Let's have the fun.
She'll just quirk a brow and find. I guess they're multicolored, so if there's a blue one near the edge, she'll climb on that.
Oh, definitely one.
Absolutely one. And Maeve will find one of the ones that's got really, really inaccurate but still charming little bits of armor on its little carousel outfit, as it were. And she'll probably get a bit further from the two of them just because she's got to factor in that ring reset. Yeah.
I was a bit more happy about this little arrangement. With the ride starting up, with the sounds and the music starting up. Bit more pleasant smile on Lucas's face.
Talia will lean towards Maeve. Well, at least that seems to have got him out of his funk.
She'll nod, and sometimes, there's no shame in indulging in whatever makes you happy. Well, within reason, anyways. If it's a carousel, there's a lot worse. So here's the dealie. As it's starting up and the music's playing and it's just creaking into motion, Maeve will kind of point to the posts on the outside. So on one of these posts, there's a little box, and it'll have a little ring sticking out the end. If you can catch the ring as you go by, get a free ride.
That sounds like a good challenge to me. So I just need to reach in the box and grab the ring
It'll be sticking out, so you can like stick a finger through it and kind of grab it.
to hook it off. Okay, sure.
I feel like I should be playing carousel music right now.
I am playing carousel music right now. You want to go ahead and reach out for the ring, or are you just quite content to go ahead and sit for the ride?
Nope. If a competition's been laid there and there's a challenge, then I'm definitely gonna go and try and grab that thing.
Oh, the
On the
brass
next
ring. Oh, the brass ring is just standing there, challenging you, my good ma'am. It is bright in all the light, and it sticks out from the outer perimeter of the ride. Just look, it's right there. It's right there. All you have to do is reach out and grab it, my good ma'am.
What would you... We're rolling for this? I think so.
If you would
Totally.
like, you can roll
Yeah.
for death roll or death athletics, whichever one is higher.
They're kind of the same.
Easily.
But I still have 2 successes. Yay!
With 2 successes, 2 of your fingertips go ahead and reach on out. They briefly go ahead and clasp the iron ring, and just by your tiny, tiny fingertips does the ring come loose and is replaced as soon afterwards.
She will... Yeah, if she's got hold of the ring, she'll hold it up in victory briefly and grin at Maeve.
Mabel probably set off laughing. After all, she certainly didn't get it on the first try when she went for it, so. There will be celebratory laughter.
You notice that Lucas does not go ahead and reach out for it, but is quite delighted somebody else did.
So, Lucas, why do you like the carousel so much? I mean, it's nice and all, but
Why do I like the carousel? This is the first thing I saw, and it moves, it's flashy, it brings a lot of lights, I like it. And plus, it's something I can bring Anne to when I'm feeling like I want to bring her along to something, when I want to enjoy company with her.
that would be your niece?
That's my niece.
You said she's still staying nearby, right?
Hmm. My niece, right now, my niece is currently, well, she has 20 crushes. I swear to God, she has 20 crushes. She always talks about the boys at her new school. And that's actually something that I quite enjoy, because that tells me that she's adapting to her new surroundings far better than I expected her to.
It's fantastic.
Thank God for small little miracles.
She was knowing, right?
Oh yeah, she was knowing. She was traveling with me.
Well, that cinches it then. As soon as I've got the chain fixed, I've got something for you to give her.
Goes ahead and looks at you quizzically.
She'll, like, keep one hand on the post to not fall off the little carousel horse, but she'll start kind of rooting around through her pockets. And then she'll eventually come out with her fingers curled around something and stretch out to offer it Lucas's way.
She'll reach out and take a look at it. What are we looking at?
She's going to drop a very, actually probably very nice little gold chain and little gold unicorn charm in his hand.
Whoa!
The chain has obviously been broken, been snapped, because the clasp is still clasped, but...
Dang, this looks awesome.
Yep.
Did you dig this out of the trash?
No! No, someone gave it to me and told me to put it to a good purpose, to give it to someone that would cheer them up, would make them feel better. Wanted it to be
Goes ahead.
someone's good memory instead of their bad memory.
Okay. He goes ahead and looks at this. I mean, if you're giving it to me to give it to her, I can definitely do that for her birthday coming up.
If you want, I've still got a couple 20s in my pocket to make sure the chain gets fixed, or we can take it to Lily.
Either or. Sounds fantastic.
I thought about trying to put something in it, find something to it, but if it doesn't happen in time, then I'd say go ahead and give it to her. Or if you want, I can hold on to it, see if I can bind something to it that can keep her safe, and then you give it to her. Either way, it'll remind her that Unicorn's watching over her.
Thank you, Maeve. This is an excellent gift for her.
And she'll nod and smile.
As the carousel goes around just for one final turn. Goes ahead and abruptly stops. Lights go ahead and shut off. Shadow Lord Ken at the station goes, we're closing.
I
Blink.
guess we gotta call it a night.
Yep.
I will smirk a bit, but go ahead and start hopping off of her horsey.
Lucas will do likewise.
Yeah, Talia's climbing off. She gives her mount a little bit of a pat, kind of nostalgically, and then she'll follow the others.
Yeah, Maeve can't resist, stroking the wooden horse's face, as she's going back around it. It's one of those thoughtlessly childish actions that some people just, you just don't get rid of.
Alright, so Lucas goes in and scratches his head. What are we doing for Sunday or the next week after?
For Sunday? Like tomorrow?
Yeah.
Shrugs.
I didn't have any specific plans for Sunday.
I'm
I
still
guess.
gonna pin down Olaf at some time, but
Sundays?
yep. Gotta get Olaf aside. At some point I actually have to talk to Lily, I suppose.
Talia, you any good with melee practice?
I not really. I mean, I've had a little bit of training from Travis, but it's not really something I've focused on so far.
I'm starting to pick up the staff and staff fighting, and I need somebody to go ahead and spar with. You up for that?
I could try, but I have no idea about staffs.
Well, fantastic. Neither do I. We will hurt each other until we finally figure it out.
This
Sure.
can't possibly end in tears.
I figure it's worth giving everything a try once.
I will shake her head a little and hop down off of the platform of the carousel.
Oh, because I hadn't
And-
points to the ring. You can redeem that for a ticket next time you're around.
Okie doke. She'll just pocket it.
Lucas, for his part, is going to start to travel and trek out of the carousel area and back towards one of the more veil-protected parts.
Yep.
Yep.
Well then. Shall we continue, or shall we call it?
I say we let Anne decide. Do we continue?
I
Please insert your quarter.
That is the basic methodology and understanding that we currently have. We only extend the scene if one of us wants to extend the scene.
I have nothing particularly further I need wish to achieve.
Well then, for
Uh,
now. Hmm?
I can happily do something if people want to, but I have nothing further to add right this current moment.
Well, I also need to shoo you out so Garrett can snatch you up. So.
He can't. He went and did. He went. He had to go
No.
do. There was plot things offered, and he was like, "I'm really sorry. This plot." I was like, "It's okay." If we weren't doing a thing, I'd have probably gone there too. But it's fine. We were doing.
Aw.
We would know. But it was like we're doing other exciting things, so there was stuff to. But it's more to say, don't feel bad.
Well then, for now, I will call it, and we can always start anew if we get an idea. So, thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, Link, wherever you are. I bet you're creeping. And thank you, watchers, for watching. We'll see you next time on another episode of Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York.